Hey there, afternoon everybody. It's a beautiful day out here. I just wanted to jump on really quick. I was supposed to be on here a little bit ago, and life has definitely kind of derailed that. Busy, all this stuff, you never realize, hey, afternoon Ron, you never realize how much stuff you have going on in your world and all the little pieces that need to be dealt with until you go away for a week and you come back and it's just like, oh, these little things. I mean, I got a ton done while in Punta Cana last week, but it has just been like this consistent, like little shit stuff. Just all this stuff. So it's just like this list of everything. I was sitting down yesterday and I was cranking out this like forever list of all these little things that I just typically normally do, and I don't think about it, and then I didn't do it all week. Didn't do it. I did a lot of things, but I didn't do that stuff. So, hey, afternoon, Addison. So I'm late for the very important date of conscious coffee, which is now conscious water because I'm coffeeed out. I did get coffee back into my house. That is a really beautiful thing because I did not have coffee the last couple days since I got back. I've been borrowing coffee from my daughter who lives directly next door. I've been getting her to bring me coffee or sending my man out to Starbucks or something like that. But, hey. So then I was just sitting down and having this conversation with Ashley, two of my daughters, and we were just chit-chatting about different stuff, and I thought, this is the perfect time to pop on here and kind of share some of the stuff that really it's what I've been coaching on the last couple days. This is like, there's been a running theme since I got home about really what magnetizes us to abundance. More afternoon, Sandra. What magnetizes us to abundance? And I thought, I need to share this. I have to share this with everybody all my followers, my tribe of people. I really need to share this with you guys. And this is one of those kind of no-duh things that I think that we all know. I think that we get it from a very logical mindset way of thinking that just says, yes, of course. And anybody who is in the law of attraction, who is into abundance creation and understanding that we are co-creators to our world and what we create, we understand this principle that I'm going to be sharing. But, with that said, we don't understand it truly enough to implement it and put our faith in it at the level that we need to so that we can just really have what we want. So what magnetizes abundance to us? The same thing that magnetizes suffering to us. The same thing that magnetizes the love of our life to us. The same thing that magnetizes good health. The same thing that magnetizes lots of clients if you're, in business for yourself. The same thing that magnetizes lots of whatever you are wanting. This is the exact same thing. So what is it? Strong emotion. It is strong emotion. Hey, afternoon, Crystal. So strong emotion is the magnetizing factor to anything that we want. And if you think about it, I was just on this coaching call with this beautiful, beautiful client of mine yesterday afternoon, and we were talking about it, and she's up in the Pacific Northwest and everything, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have been doing all of this wrong my entire life. Here's my question to her. We're working on creating soulmate relationship, right? And she wants to draw in the love of her life. She's ready after being through so much struggle in her life, after all of this stuff. She's now ready to really call in the love of her life. And she's just like, but I keep just meeting the same crappy guy over and over and over again. I do not want this kind of guy in my life anymore. And I asked her, I said, do you have a strong emotion about that? Like, I feel like you have a lot of emotion about what you don't want to create. And she said, well, yes. Like, I don't want that. So I'm like, oh man, that terrifies me. I don't want this in my life. Like, I don't want that. And I was like, okay, okay. I said, I can feel you on that. I said, so when you're out on a date with gentlemen, or when you're meeting just a man just randomly, then what's the first stuff that comes up for you? And she said, well, the first stuff that comes up for me is that I'm looking for, I'm trying to figure out if I want to be around this person very long, or what his true nature is, what his true characteristics are, or if he's just trying to pull the wool over my face like every other man that I've been dating tends to do, or I get into a relationship and then I find out, oh my goodness, this is going on, right? I was like, okay. She's like, very passionate, so passionate about it. And I said, what about this list? Because I had her make a list of characteristics that she really wants in her true love. I said, what about that list of characteristics? And she's like, oh yeah, I want to be respected. I want him to be compassionate. I want this, I want that. And she just kind of like ran through the list like it was just a list. It's just a list. I did my homework. I made that list. I did the work. So it's going to come, right? It was just so nonchalant. Just, there you go. That's what I want. There's no heart in it. No heart in it. And I was like, okay, so let me ask you, which do you have more emotion towards? The things that you are not wanting in this potential lover of yours? The things that you fear? The things that you definitely want to not call in? Or do you have more emotion, strong emotion towards the things that you really want to call in? Her answer was, well, fuck. Well, fuck. Because it was so obvious in that moment that her passion was towards what she didn't want. And therefore, she was calling in what she didn't want, not towards what she wanted. So I ask you to kind of pull that in on anything that you might be trying to create in your life, that you want more abundance in, that you want to really create and manifest. Whether that is that soulmate relationship, that true love, or maybe it's just trying to better the relationship that you're in, and you really want, things to work out great with the partner that you have, but things are kind of rocky. Maybe it's that you don't have very much sex going on in your life, but you'd really like to have some really fun, awesome, good, deep sex, connective sex, and have a partner that respects you and wants to take that time and give that connection and build that with you, but you just don't have it. Maybe it's that your bank account's really, maybe not even a bank account, it's more like a debt account, and you really would like to call in something more, some abundance. Maybe it's that you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, a mompreneur, a side hustle person, and you're just like, man, if I could just rock this thing out, if I could just get it over this hurdle, if I could just, but I just don't have that. Where is your passion going? Realize that passion is not a positive or a negative emotion. We get to decide what passion is. We are the deciding factor as to if the passion is a positive or negative charge. So where is your passion at? What are you directing it towards? What are you guiding it towards? Like, where is your heart really leading you in any given moment? We think of like, oh, it's heart-centered, and oh, it's coming from my heart, and I'm passionate about it, as though that just makes it good. But it doesn't. It doesn't make it good. Just because we say it's heart-centered, well, what we mean by heart-centered is that I'm really feeling it, right? I'm really feeling it. We're not saying that I'm really loving it. It's so beautiful. It turns me on. I'm so excited about it. But guess what? Dread and excitement are opposite sides to the same coin. Love and disgust or hate are opposite sides to the same coin. Whatever we fear or truly believe in, have faith in, are opposites of the same coin. Passion is the actual coin. That is the deciding factor as to which way we get to lean. Which side of that coin are we going to choose? Wherever we're leaning is what we're going to get more of. So it's really, truly important to go, yeah. I mean, over and over again, I was on Saturday, I did this beautiful appointment with another one of my female clients. It's definitely been ladies' week since I've gotten back from Punta Cana. in my coaching, and I pulled her in, and I do some body mapping exercises with some of my VIP clients that I see in office, and that's what I was doing with her. I was doing some deep integrational work about really clearing out programs, and I was doing this beautiful body mapping session with her where we really got in and got the opportunity to realign some of her negative thinking programs that she's carried around for the last God knows how long, let's just say 25, 30 years, okay? And she's had, and the perfectionism and the desire to control and the lack of worth and the lack of, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I'm not beautiful, I'm not strong enough, I'm not this, I'm not, all of that shit thinking. And what we were doing is we were flipping it. We were flipping it so that she could actually see. And I did these exercises with her, and one of the things that she wrote down in part of this exercise was she had that passion was really important to her. Passion was really important. And she's extremely passionate. Extremely passionate. Unfortunately, hopefully this is changing over the week, and I know that she catches my live stream, so please make sure that you put your passion in the right direction. Or else I'm going to call you on it. But up until that point, at least, the passion was going towards what she feared. The passion was going towards what she felt of herself. The negative programs, that self-talk that was trying to hold her back, trying to cage her, trying to harness her, keeping her in bondage, keeping her locked down in bondage of an illusion that's not even accurate. She is extremely passionate. She's extremely powerful. She's a beautiful manifester. Talk about creation. Oh my gosh, this woman can create. So powerful, so strong. Except her focus on creation is on the negative, not on what she really wants. But she really wants the stuff, right? Much like you, much like me. There's things that we desire, there's things that we want. We have these dreams, these aspirations, these goals. Doesn't that sound all pretty? It sounds really pretty. I got dreams, I have aspirations, I have goals. Yeah, well, we are all two-sided to ourselves. We get to choose if we're going to focus in on the little devil or the little angel. That's what we get to do. We get to focus on which side of ourselves we really want to call into, that we really want to apply our focus. I like to look at it as though we are operating, I'm a strong practicer of witnessing my ego, as I will say. I'll say, witness your ego. See your ego. Realize that your ego grows with your light. So your light is that angel self. Your light is the self that is your soul, you could say, that really truly knows what direction you're going, and it's going, okay? It's going, and it really truly knows it, and it's just going down that path. And we know, we can feel, right? And then the ego's over here, and it's like, ooh, that doesn't feel so safe. That looks like change. That's kind of scary. That's out of my comfort zone. Comfort zone issues. Can't do that because that's out of the comfort zone. So that must not be good. That must be bad. That must be dangerous. Danger is standing in front of a train that is coming at you. Danger is crossing an intersection when the light isn't in your favor. Danger is, having somebody place a gun to your head. That's dangerous. Fear is not danger. Fear is false. What is the statement? Fear. False evidence appearing real. It is so true, but we forget it. We lean in on this false evidence appearing real, this illusion, and we believe it. We believe it more than what we know. We believe it more, and we let our passion become it. So we start to fear getting out of our comfort zone. We start to fear making changes. We start to fear committing to what we know we need to commit to. We fear stating our authentic yeses and our authentic nos. We fear connecting with people. We fear opening up and being vulnerable to people emotionally, to our partners, to our lovers, to our family. We fear standing strong in our light and not letting ourselves be seen. Yeah, all we crave is to be seen, to be heard, to be connected to be loved, to be understood. to grow, to expand, to succeed at the life that we want for ourselves, our soul calling. That's what we desire, but we fear it. And we apply this strong emotion of passion to the fear instead of to the faith. And then we wonder why. I must not be good at this thing of law of attraction. I must not be good at being a co-creator. That stuff is bullshit. That doesn't really work. It can't work because I really want this stuff. I've worked at it. I've done all the exercises. I've read all the books. I've listened to all these DVDs, all these videos. I've YouTubed the crap out of this and that. I do binary beats before I go to sleep, and I meditate every single day, and I journal, and I do this, and I keep this, right? Such a good student to the law of attraction. Except you've missed this one little piece called passion. Which direction is your passion going? That is the magnet. That is the magnet that will give you exactly what you want, or what you think you don't want, but you're focusing and you're giving passion to. So if you feel that you're in bondage, if you feel that you are a crappy manifester, if you feel that you really don't understand this law of attraction thing, or that is bogus bullshit, hoopla, some, stuff out there, and you're like, oh yeah, no, that only works, they're lucky, or they understand the magical combination to make that work, or that's just because they have massive numbers, if you're into online marketing and stuff, all that kind of stuff, you're just that. It's called passion directed at the correct result, passion directed at the faith, not at the fear. That's what it's called. It's so freaking important. It is. Just bring it back to the relationship, right? I started with the whole soulmate thing and talking about my client and how she wants to, pull in a beautiful soulmate, and how her focus is all on what she's fearful of having in a man, and that's exactly what she's showing up for, right? Because that's where her passion is in that. Hey, hi. Amanda, Dustin, Angelo, John, Addison, before I go into this next point. I know everything you are speaking of, but it's just hitting deeper and clicking more today in the way you are describing it. Thank you. Oh, love you, girl. So yeah, so I was talking to her about that, right? And I totally forgot my point. Hold on, I'll get back on track. So, if anybody knows my track, please let me, here we go. No, talking about the passion, right? The passion, that magnetizing factor. So we have the faith, we have the fear. We focus in on the fear. We don't focus in on the faith. Faith seems like it's just something that's kind of out there, right? Like, what is that? What's faith anyways? Faith is committing to positive thinking and feeling and leaning into being passionate about the things that we want in faith, and just enough of a belief, and I'm going to pull Jesus out here, enough of belief of just to have the faith of a mustard seed. You know what the faith of a mustard seed is? The faith of a mustard seed is to just commit to yourself. That's all the faith of a mustard seed is. It's just to commit to self. Commit to just believing just a smidgen that God doesn't make unworthy things. And you're worthy. You're worthy. There's your faith of a mustard seed. I'm worthy. And even though you're going to bounce back and forth, and you're going to just really go, oh, I don't know, maybe I really need to earn it, I don't know, I'm trying to earn it, I'm trying to be perfect. That's not control, trying to be perfect, it's control. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. I've got all this stuff going. The harder you work at trying to get everything perfect, the harder you work at making sure that you just try to get it all done so. It is the exact same thing as when I was speaking to my client I was talking about, when I asked her to describe to me what she didn't want, and she got so passionate about it. And then I said, tell me about the characteristics of the soulmate that you want to create. And it was just her reading off of a list. There was no feeling. There was no connection. Faith is connection to your emotion. You can put your faith in the negative or you can put your faith in the positive. Once again, we are the deciding factor as to if faith is positive or negative. We decide. You decide. You decide your faith. You decide your passion. You decide your truth. You decide what comes to you or what you repel. Nobody else. That's it. So, look out there into your world. Ask yourself. You don't even have to ask yourself. Just look at your world. What's coming in? How do you feel? Like, do you feel turned on? Do you feel ignited? Do you feel excited? Do you feel playful? Do you feel positive passion, negative passion? Positive faith, negative faith? Are you confident in speaking your truth and just being who you are? Do you feel comfortable in your skin? Can you make eye contact, talk to somebody, and just not give a shit what their response is or how they're fearing their judgments or criticisms or what they're going to think about you, even though you're never going to see them again? Can you lean into the faith and let life bring to you step-by-step things? Can you pay attention enough to your internal being, your soul, to allow yourself to just be guided in ease and be aware enough that when you've been talking about something and something else happens, you go, wow, I was just talking about that. Funny story right there, and then I'm gonna jump off here soon. But when Az and I were coming back from Punta Cana, we were sitting at the airport, and Addison's got a travel bug up her butt, but she's sitting there and she's going through the phone and she's looking at different trip deals, and we were talking about like a trip in October, November, doing something like that, maybe a couple days, and she's like, oh, have you ever been to St. Lucia? And I'm like, nope, never been to St. Lucia. She's like, oh, we should go to St. Lucia. So she's digging up deals on St. Lucia, and we're looking at pictures, and we're looking at places to stay and all that stuff, and we're just like caught up in the funness of that, right? So it's just fun. We didn't book anything, it was just fun. So following that, get on plane, 5 hours later we're home, exhausted. I go into teaching manifest your man, 10 hacks to a conscious lover, to group of now 57 beautiful women are in this group. There's an amazing workshop and class. Beautiful souls in that. So teaching that, do all these client appointments. Yesterday, I'm getting caught up on stuff. Today I'm getting caught up on stuff. And I don't have hardly a drop of food in my house because I've been gone all week and my kids were all over the place, and it just was nothing for me to worry about. There was enough here for them to survive, and they had adults around and older siblings, so they just fracked. So this morning, I finally get around to going to the grocery store. So I go to the grocery store, and when I realized that I lost something, my debit card. So, could have left that in Punta Cana, I guess. Okay, I should probably go and deal with that, right? So I go grocery shopping, shopped with cash, stopped back at the bank because they weren't quite open when I went grocery shopping. Got the grocery shopping out of the way. Go to the bank, and I'm standing there, and I had given the woman everything that she needs so that she can go and get me a new debit card and all this different stuff, right? Sign the papers. And this older lady, she walks up, and she's just turned on and ignited. And the teller that's standing next to my teller, he's busy doing something, and she knows his name. And we'll just call him Richard because I wasn't that conscious on the front side of this. She walks up to him, and she's just like, Richard, oh my God, when I was talking to you about travel deals and stuff, and da-da-da-da, and she's like, oh my gosh, and she gets into this whole travel, and she's like, I was looking at a trip to St. Lucia, and I found St. Lucia tickets for $25 round trip. $25 round trip, and oh my gosh, and it just like ding, and she's telling him about all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, and she's telling him about this deal with her airplane, American and points and Capital One and points, and she's getting all like really excited about it. But there was the St. Lucia. She said St. Lucia. And I went, so I'm standing there waiting, and I totally eavesdropping on her. And she looks at me, she smiles, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm eavesdropping. You said St. Lucia, you said that you travel a lot, you said that you got some really good deals. And I'm curious, like, do you mind sharing, like, where you're getting these great deals? Like, shit, And she's like, oh my God, and she shares all this stuff with me, and she tells me all this stuff. Well, I get my new debit card, and she and I just kind of walk over to the side, and she's already done shopping, and my girls come up because they were with me, and we're talking and everything, and she says, oh, well, I'm a writer, and da 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 da, and I was like, oh, cool. And finally she says, what do you do? And I share, and we talk, and she's like, and she tells me about her blog, and she tells me about how it's her and her sister, and she has 27 children around the world, because she took in children, none of them were birth children, but she took in 27 children over the course. She's 75 years old. She took in 27 children over the course of her years, that she would just, like students from other countries and everything, a lot of them down in Brazil, and now they're all grown with families, and they all love Mama Sally, okay? And her name is Sally, so I'm going to call her Mama Sally. They all love Mama Sally. So she gets to do all this travel stuff because her children from the last 30 years of her life, right, or more, are all over the world, and she travels and she sees them and she stays with them and she writes, and her sister have this multiple blogs and businesses together, of which some of it is holistic practices and educating and all this different stuff. And she's like, oh, it's this crazy hoopla, law of attraction stuff that we do. She's like, but I love it. I travel first class, and I travel and I write and I take pictures and I share and I da 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 da, and we're just talking about kind of like where our lives kind of align. We're talking about different stuff, and she's like, would you like to contribute? Would you be open to contributing to our blog, to our stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm willing to look at it. I'm willing to contribute. I love to network and connect and everything. So my point here is that stuff right there, it's seemingly like nothing could come from it. Okay, absolutely nothing could come from that. But I got to meet a really beautiful soul who shared with me so many different things, from having 27 children all the way around the world and all the stuff that she got from that. And she was ignited and turned on and so just glowy happy. And she's 75, and she just got back from this amazing trip. And she's just turned on, and she's doing what she loves, and she's connecting with the people that she's loved, and she's just excited, full of life. That woman has more life than what some of my clients do, more than the majority of the people that I see when I'm out at a restaurant or at a concert, or when I'm sitting on a beach someplace and I look at all these resort people, and they're just dead. They're dead. They're the great people that I was talking about yesterday. There's just these great people. There's no life. There's no positive passion. She lives this life where she's like, roughing it is Four Seasons without room service. That's roughing it. She's like, I ain't gonna rough it. And I laughed, because that's her desire, her belief in herself, her passion. And I got to tap in on that and to connect with that, because number one, my soul said, go grocery shopping first. Don't worry about your card right now. Yeah, you could maybe get there and just write and not have to stand in a line or anything. But go get your grocery shopping done. Pop by the bank on the way home. I went into the bank. I sent my daughter off for the coffee that I couldn't find at the other store that I went in. And she goes off to get that. And I go and I stand in no line at the bank. And this woman walks up. Synchronicity of that connection happening. Whether anything ever becomes of it or not, what does happen there is that it's that connection, energetic stuff that needed to be said and shared. Not to mention, I learned some really cool travel ideas and deals, which that could just be it right there. It could just be it. And the biggest thing from it is the lesson of awareness, the lesson of flow, the lesson that I was talking about this a couple days ago. I brought it up just talking about just travel and stuff. I was exploring stuff just yesterday around St. Lucia. I was just exploring and I'm getting ideas, creating an energy. And the universe, my soul with the universe, said, here, let us give you a little, you're in alignment. Stay aware. Stay connected. Stay conscious. Stay in the flow. Stay in that super flow spot where things just kind of come to you. And let that little thing lead you to the next little thing and to the next little thing. And be passionate about it all the way through. Be passionate towards it, not towards the not having it. So, What magnetizes abundance to you? What magnetizes your true love to you? What magnetizes anything that you want or don't want to you? A strong emotion. And the primary emotion being passion. Pay attention. Just pay attention to that. On that note, ladies, and I am speaking to you ladies, I have extended my special out for $500 off on Unstoppable Power. It's My Time to Fly. This is a 12-week intensive online global course, but it also has 6 one-on-one appointments with me. So you are going to get one-on-one VIP private coaching with me, 6 sessions. You're going to get 12 weeks of group interaction of a high vibe tribe of ladies. You are going to get massive 12 weeks of structured content, and I can tell you it is going to be amazing. We are talking about loving self. We are talking about releasing all these old programs. We are talking about getting into the alignment of exactly what you want your life to be, in your love, in your sex, in your health, in your business, your finances, with your children, you name it. It's all about alignment. We are going to really get you aligned. And then the third part of it is the most fun, but it's so fun too. It's fun, it's important, and we are really going to break it down. We're going to get very serious about money, sex, and men. So those things right there, I want you ladies to know. For all of you out there who go, oh, how does money, sex, and men go together? Well, I can tell you what, chances are you want more money. Chances are you like better sex, connected sex. Maybe not more sex, but wouldn't you like it to be good sex? Yeah. And if you have a man, you might be thinking, oh, he could use some work. Or you might be alone and want a really good man in your life. No matter what that scenario is on your men and on your sex, that right there plays a significant role into your finances, ladies. So if you're feeling like you're drained in your relationship or the lack of having a relationship, if you are just basically doing duty sex to have it, or just this friction-based sex because, well, I should probably get some, and thinking that that's good, or thinking that no sex is good, that that's healthy for you, your body was built to actually connect in that fashion. You are starving yourself. You're not going to feel, it is proven over and over again that people who have a healthy sex life, this is not talking about that you have to have sex 3 times a day, or you have to do some wild and crazy stuff. I'm not talking about that at all. But healthy sex life, which is unique to each and every one of us. But do you truly know what that healthy sex life is for you? Well, we are going to be touching on that as well. We're going to be talking about all this stuff. How much shame do you have around your sex? That can be a blocking point to your finances. What you're doing with your body health-wise, that can be a blocking point to your finances. We are going to be tapping in on all of this stuff over the course of 12 intensive weeks that starts July 15th. So registration, it's coming down to a close. It's now the 1st of July. It's 2 weeks until start date, and we're going to be running through this very systematically. So for all of you ladies out there who like to have control over things, want to know exactly what's coming, want to be, systematic about it, but at the same time want that one-on-one connection, want that one-on-one kick in the ass, want that one-on-one love and compassion that a coach can bring you, that if you were following me and you like my style, you like just some of the stuff that I'm teaching, take it a step level. So level that up, go deeper, really connect, commit to who you are, and make it your time to fly. The link is in the comment section. And for everybody else, well, I'm available in other ways too. So you can reach out to me about lots of different stuff. I have some amazing courses and coaching stuff coming up, workshops as well, and that is always available at www.kendalwilliams.com. I will catch you guys tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. I love you all. As always, stop existing, start living, make it your time to fly. Bye, everybody.